We are going to, we're going to start in our child's pose. So you want to have your knees out the width of your mat, big toes enclosed. Remember, maybe first thing you want to just spend a moment shifting your rib cage with just forearms on the floor. Just giving your hips and ribs and spine a little opportunity to open before you settle your hips back to your heels. Let your forehead soften toward the floor. Walk your fingertips out front, trying to find that full length from tailbone to the top of your head. And then settle deep into it. Let those sits bones reach back. Take a long inhale. And exhale, try to soften your forehead and chest a little deeper. Now, on your next inhale, try to crawl your right fingertips further forward. Try to open that space between each of the ribs on that right side. And then relax that right side away. And then take your left fingertips, curl those forward. Open up that space between the ribs on that side. And then let that left side relax. Then spread your fingertips wide. Take a deep breath, inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Slide your hands into your table and then adjust your knees in just underneath your hips. Press away from the ground and round your spine, cat spine, tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone. Now stay with your rounded spine and just nod your head gently side to side like you're saying no. And just feel how that opens that neck space. And then drop your rib cage down, lift your collarbones forward, lift your tailbone. Feel your palms pulling back towards your knees here for cow spine. Then press around a cat spine again. Inhale, release a cow spine. Two more just like that. Press around, go deeper with your cat. Inhale, release from your cow. And press around the cow again. Now, as you come back to your center, tuck your toes at the back of your mat. Press away from the floor. Lift your hips, lift your knees, but keep them bent, looking back at your toes. Then press your palms so that your chest gets closer to your thighs. Then keep that upper body space and lift your tailbone. And then feel your heels sinking toward the floor. Start feeling that lengthening through the back of the legs. Find your breath, inhale. Exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees. Can you let your knees just hover? So a balanced table space. Knees are just an inch or so off the floor. Engaging that core space, then we press away. We lift the hips again. We feel the heels softening toward the floor. Press your palms forward, reach your chest through. Then again, the heels lift, the knees hover underneath the hips. We have that long spine, toned belly. And then one more time, we'll press up, lift the tailbone, and sink the heels down. This time as you come forward, bring your knees all the way to the floor. Drop the tops of your feet, then flip your left wrist over, palm up toward your knee, to your cat spine there, releasing the wrists. Drop your cow spine down. Then flip it over, right wrist now. Press around, cat again. And release cow. And then flip it around, walk your fingertips forward, sit back into your hips. Take a long inhale. Fingertips are spread wide. On your exhale, you shift your shoulders, tuck your toes. That brings us into our full plank here. We press away from the ground, lift the hips down dog, look back at your toes. Then look forward, give your knees some softness and gently move to the front of your mat. Settle your feet hip distance apart, spreading your toes wide. Soften your knees, let your arms and chest hang heavy, forward fold. Feel your knees engaging toward each other. Then exhale, hands to shins, lengthen to a flat back. Now as you soften your knees, bring your hands to your thighs. Your spine is long here. You'll sit your tailbone back, press away from your legs, lift your heart forward. Do a nice shoulder roll back as you bring your arms just out in front of your chest. Tone into the sides of your waist. Feel your soles of your feet pulling toward each other. Feel your outer heels pushing away. With your next inhale, release your arms, fill it all the way up to the sky. Take your left arm and let it drop across your lower back space. That open right palm is going to lift, reach up and over. You'll peek under your right. Then you'll take that right arm, it will sweep over, it will soften behind your back. That left arm will lift your reach up and over, looking to your left. And then we'll release the right, bring both arms to the sky. Bring fingertips to touch and hands to heart. Relax your shoulders, then fill it up again. This time, those arms sweep behind your back. We do that nice shoulder roll away with softness in our elbows. We'll lift away from the lower back space, creating a little bit of an upper back bend and look toward the sky. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, you'll pull those knuckles towards your heels. You'll soften the knees, let the chest drop. Then lift your hips and let your arms float away from your lower back space. Head is hanging heavy here. Then soften your knees, bring your fingertips to the floor. Step your left toe to the back, keeping your right toes forward. Wiggle that left foot away. Then lower that left knee down to the floor. Drop the top of the foot under. Bring both hands to your right thigh and lift your rib cage. Now this right foot stays strong as we push away from the thigh. Gaze moves up, that left hip is reaching forward. We'll take a deep breath, inhale. Now let your left fingertips reach to the sky as your right hand finds that right thigh. Then reach that left arm over to the right. Getting that stretch move down the side of the body. And then the left arm pulls out to the left side. Right arm reach goes out to the right. We look to the right and rotate. Right arm back, left arm forward. Keeping the legs nice and strong. We're looking at that right thumb. Then we bring that right arm forward. We bring our fingertips to the mat in front of the left knee. Shift your hips back and kick your right leg around. Here we meet back in our table space. That toned belly, long spine, biceps turn forward. Tuck your toes. Float those knees that inch or so off the floor, keeping that core space aligned. Then press away from the floor. Lift your hips, look back at your toes. Feel your heels reach toward the floor. Inhale. Then exhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, tap them to the floor. Sit back into your heels, reach your palms forward, find a breath there. Then shift your shoulders over your hands, toes are still tucked, we find our plank. Belly is toned, back of the neck is long. Exhale, press away from the floor, lift your hips, down dog. Then look forward toward your hands. Soften your knees, move toward the front of your mat. Spread your toes, engage the arches of the feet, let your arms fold over the top of your head and down. Bring your hands to your shins, lengthen your spine, flat back. Tailbone reaches away, top of your head forward. Then bend your knees without losing that length of your spine. Bring your hands up to your thighs. Drop your tailbone, lift your heart. Shoulders away, arms come out front. Nice chair pose. Feel the soles of the feet pulling in, your outer heels pushing away. Then release your arms, inhale, fill it up. Let your right arm drop behind your back, bind position. Left palm lifts, reaches over. This time we'll open that left palm and try to stretch through your elbow there, lengthening further. Release your right arm, sweep both arms. Left arm lands behind your back. Open right palm comes over your ear. We turn the palm open and then we stretch, lengthening even further. Then we release that left arm. Both arms come to the sky. Fingertips touch. Hands move to heart. Inhale. Exhale, release to a strong mountain. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release hands to tailbone. Shoulders away. Elbows soft. Lift up. Look toward the sky. Back bend. Inhale, release the arms. Exhale, fold forward. So you start with soft knees, but then as you lift your tailbone, you lengthen the back of your legs. Reach your arms away from your lower back space. Then soften your knees again. Fingertips come to the floor. Left foot stays forward, right foot does the big step back. We lower that right knee to the floor, drop the toes under, pressing the top of the foot down. That right hip keeps reaching forward as you bring hands to your left thigh. Press away from that thigh, again, creating that back bend space, creating more space through the front of the right hip. Inhale, we fill it up. Left hand comes to that left thigh and holds it there. That right arm reaches up and over, pushing right hip a little bit away. Breathe into that nice open rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, right arm pulls out to the right. Left arm goes out to the left. We look to the left. Left arm rotates back, right arm forward. Still reaching the front of that right hip forward. Look over left shoulder. Hold, inhale. Left palm pulls forward. Both hands move to the right side in front of that right knee. We shift the hips back. That left leg moves around. And we find ourselves back in table. Go ahead and shift those hips a little bit. Press away from the floor, lift your hips, down dog, we breathe. This time as you exhale, come forward to that plank. Check those biceps, are you turning them forward? Is the back of your neck lengthened? Hold, inhale. Then tap your knees to the floor. Let your elbows hug your ribcage. Then let those hips soften gently to the floor, dropping the toes. Slide your forearms forward, lift out of the top of your head. Try to feel that lengthening through that front side of the body. Now, if that's not enough for you, slide your hands back slightly, pull those elbows to your ribs and find your cobra. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands back, tone your belly away from the floor. Press up through your knees, to your toes, and then to your down dog. Breath, inhale. Slide away, exhale. Inhale, come forward. Lift your heels up. Bend your knees. Let them hover in your table space. Tone belly. We breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Next inhale lifts the hips into down dog. We look back. Then we look forward. Hands and toes move to the front of your mat. We engage those feet. Spread those toes. Fold the arms over the top of your head. Forward fold. Hands to your shins, long spine, we lengthen. Knees soften. Tone your belly space. Drop your tailbone. Reach your arms forward. Lift your torso. Then this time we'll work into that full chair. We're going to rotate our pinky fingers up and back. Just keep those shoulders off the ears. Hold, inhale. Sweep your fingertips. Fill it up. Inhale. Exhale. Hands move to heart center. Inhale, we fill. Right arm reaches up and over. Left arm drops behind the back. Push right hip away. Sweep the left arm up and over. Right arm drops behind. Open left palm. Inhale, fill it up. Here, as we bring our fingertips together and move your hands to your heart, bring your weight to your right foot. That left foot is going to take a long step back. Then we're going to rotate open that left hip. Triangle pose. Fingertips reach forward and back. Keeping those hips lifted and strong. Hinge into your right hip crease. Drop that right hand down. Reach left arm up. Try to stack your shoulders here. Hold on your breath. Inhale. Then on your exhale, bend your right knee. Pull your left arm to the back. Bring your right arm forward for warrior two. If you feel short in your stance, heel toe that left foot. Make sure your right knee is reaching up towards your pinky toe and make your legs super strong. Hold, inhale. Exhale, push off your right foot, gentle warrior. Here's where we're going to release those arms behind the back. We've warmed this space up. Shoulders away. Bend that right knee again. Bring your right shoulder to the inside of your right knee. Let your head hang heavy. Then to any degree, arms lift up and away from your lower back space. Humble warrior. We breathe. We sigh. We release our fingertips down to both sides of our right foot. We lift our left heel and rotate that left hip forward. Then that left knee comes to the mat. The toes drop under. Our fingertips reach to the sky. A little bit of a back bend. Then that right hand comes to that right thigh. That left palm lifts, reaches up and over. Turn the palm, lengthen through the elbow. Then pull that left arm out to the left, right arm to the right, shoulders release. We look to the right, rotate right arm back, left arm forward. Maybe you tuck your left toes. Lift that left knee by pushing that heel back. Hold, inhale. Right arm pulls forward, fingertips come down to the left. That left knee comes down if it's lifted. Shift your hips back, kick your right leg around. Walk your hands forward, tuck your toes. Press away from the ground, lift your knees. Then the tailbone goes high, the heels sink low. Breath inhale. Exhale, come forward to your plank. Choose to stay on your toes or go to your knees. Elbows in. Let the tops of your feet drop, hips drop, shoulders back. Maybe an up dog, maybe that cobra or sphinx pose. And then we do that tuck of the toes, right? You can have your knees down or you can lift your knees when you lower your chest. Press off your plank and into your down dog. Pedal your heels a few times. Peek underneath each elbow. Long breath, inhale. And exhale. Here, as we settle into our center, we're going to lift our heels high. Bend your knees deeply. Let them hover in your table. So you're just an inch or so off the floor. Belly's toned, spine is long. Then we press away from the floor, lift those hips to down dog. Look forward toward the front. Fingertips and toes move you to the front. We find our forward fold. Soften the chest toward the thighs. Let the arms fold over the top of the head. Inhale. Then lengthen your spine. Lengthen the back of your legs. Flat back. Remember, flat back can be done with fingertips down on the floor if you can maintain those long legs and spine. Then we bend into the knees. We keep that long spine. You can use hand support to thighs if you like. We lift the heart forward. Release the shoulders. Turn your pinky fingers in and back so that when you lift your arms, your shoulders are coming. You breathe, hold, inhale. Sweep the fingertips, fill it all the way up. Let your right arm reach over to the left. Left arm drops behind the back. Look under right palm, right elbow. Inhale, sweep. Right arm behind. Left arm up and over, open palm. Inhale, we fill it up. Exhale, hands move to heart as we shift our weight to our left foot. Our right foot does that big step back. We turn those right toes open, parallel to that back edge. We're lifting out of the sides of the waist and out of those hip bones. Arms reach up. Shoulders away from the ears. Hinge into your left hip crease, go straight forward. Let left hand drop down to shin. Right arm reaches to the sky. Try to stack those shoulders, lift out of that left hip bone. Hold inhale. Now, as you bend your left knee, feel it reaching up toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Pull your right arm back, lifting your torso. Release your shoulders off your ears. Arms are strong, feet are strong. You can create more space by heel-toeing that right foot. Now just feel those feet pushing away from each other. Feel how active your legs can be. Press away from your left foot, reach your arms up, gentle warrior. Lower your hands behind your back. Do that shoulder roll, then release. Rebend that left knee toward pinky toe. Left shoulder then comes to the inside of that left knee. Arms lift up, reach away from your lower back space for humble warrior. Here we bow. Then we soften the fingertips. We bring them to both sides of our left foot. Lift your right heel, rotate your right hip forward. Lower that right knee to the floor and drop the toes. Press away from the floor with your left foot. Reach your fingertips up, creating a little back bend from right hips reaching forward. Then we lower that left hand to that left thigh. That right palm lifts, reaches up and over. Open the palm, look underneath your arm. Then pull that right arm out to the right. Square your shoulders and hips. Left arm to the left. Look to your left, rotate left arm back, right arm forward. And if you like, tuck your right toes. Lift that knee by pushing that heel back. Hold, inhale. Left arm pulls forward. Fingertips move over to the right. That lifted right knee comes down. The hips shift back. That left leg kicks around. We plant our palms. Tuck your toes. Exhale, press up and through to down dog. Look back at your toes, press away from the ground with your fingers. Lift your heels, come out to your plank. Tone that belly space, elbows hug the ribcage. Hips soften, shoulders back. Your up dog, cobra or sphinx pose. Breath, inhale. Here, either from your knees or from your toes. We tuck those toes under, bring the chest toward the floor, press away from the ground, and then find our child's pose. Sit back into your hips. Let your tailbone settle toward your heels. Maybe release your wrist by pressing back the hands together. Nice long inhale. Long, soft exhale. Inhale, we fill. Exhale, we empty. Here, we'll take our fingertips to the front of the mat again. As you shift your shoulders and tuck your toes, we move through that down dog. And then we look forward and move toward the front of our mat. You don't even have to be at the front. You can be in the middle if you want. Spread your toes, soften your knees. Find that release spine as you fold your arms over the top of your head. Bring your hands to your shins. Here's that flat back. Then we bend into the knees. Drop the hips down, reach the fingertips into chair pose. Heart comes forward. Then we sweep the fingertips, fill it up. Bring hands to heart. This time we bring our weight to that right foot. Right knee has a little softness. We move our left foot into tree pose. So square hips and shoulders first. Bring that ankle in, that left ankle. Tone your core space. Then move that left foot to any position that works. Maybe it surrounds your calf. Maybe you move it into your inner thigh space. Keeping those hips square to the front. Find your focus. Breathe, inhale. Exhale, reach your fingertips to the sky. Take that left elbow and slide it over your right knee. Then sit into your balanced chair here. Hands come to heart, tailbone drops down. Heart stays forward. That left knee is reaching out to the side, digging into that hip space a little bit. Then we reach the arms up, press away from your right foot, step your left foot down. Bring hands to heart. Shake out your legs a little bit. Then spread those toes again. Find those strong feet. Soften into your left knee. Palms press at heart center. Right foot comes in. Get square hips and shoulders. Then move that right foot to any degree. Maybe into your inner thigh. Just make sure you're not standing on the inside of your knee. Open that right hip. Find your center. Hold on your inhale. and your exhale. Then right foot moves over left ankle. Right knee drops out. Drop into your tailbone. Keep your heart lifted forward. Can you drop your tailbone? Press that right knee away from you. Feel that hip opener. Find your center, inhale. Exhale. Sweep your fingertips, press away from your left foot, step your right foot down. Bring hands to heart and shake out your legs. Nice. Soften your chin to your chest here. Let your body just ragdoll down. Super soft, hips, chest, shoulders, just sway from side to side. Then bring your fingertips to the floor. Step your toes back. Bring your knees into that wide child's pose. Soften the hips, let the forehead get heavy. Long inhale through the nose. Soft exhale. Change your arm placement to the back or sides if that's better for you. Then we'll gently round the spine up. Move the hips around. Bring your legs around. Bringing your hands behind your knees. Soften your chin. Gently roll to your shoulder blades. Then let the back of your head and shoulders go soft. Hug your knees close to your ribcage. Feel your tailbone lift a little away from the floor. Maybe add some movement here, side to side or in a circle. And we'll gently lower the bottoms of our feet together for butterfly. Let your outer knees reach away. Let your shoulder blades go flat. Maybe you place the back of your hands to the inner thighs to increase that stretch to the hip crease. Then we'll pull our inner knees together. Step your feet back to hip distance. Bring your right knee into your chest. Place your right ankle on your left thigh. Then lift your left foot up so now your left thigh is pulling that right ankle in closer to you. Reach your hands either behind your left hamstring or around the shin and hug that knee close. Lying pigeon. Breathe into that hip space. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll gently release that right foot off that left thigh. Draw your left knee close to your rib cage. Take that left ankle, place it across your right thigh. Then lift that right foot up. Again, we move our hands behind the hamstring or around that right shin. We hug in close. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. As you release, uncross those legs. Let your shoulder blades remain flat to the floor, back of the neck long. Your toes to the sky pose. Maybe toes are straight up, but with softness in knees. Maybe you're doing your dead bug or your happy baby. Maybe you do a supported shoulder stand, placing a block under your hips. Whatever feels nice for your body at this moment. Gently exhale away. And we'll gently release those toes. Bring your feet to the floor. Let your shoulder blades go wide. Open your palms out to the side or place your hands on your belly or over your head. And then choose if you want to go back to that butterfly leg, or maybe shift it into knee knot, inner knees together, toes wide, or any variation of corpse pose. Make sure you're allowing your hips to stay open. So instead of pulling toes toward the center or further in, let them drop out to the side if you've chosen corpse pose. Soften your jaw. Relax the space around your eyes and across your brow. Slowly inhale through your nose. Exhale through your nose. With your next breath, start adding movement back to fingertips, toes, ankles, and wrists. And then step your feet in. Continue to let your shoulder blades relax into the floor as you gently windshield wiper those knees. Then we'll hug the knees to the chest. Feel that release of the lower back space. Inhale. And exhale. And we'll gently move ourselves into any comfortable seat. Find the lift out of the sides and waist. Let those shoulder blades sink into those back pockets. The top of the head reaches the ceiling. And with your next breath, add that reach of fingertips to sky. Inhale. Exhale, move hands to heart center. And with a gentle bow forward, we say namaste. Good work. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Teresa. See you soon.